nerves.
Goes long. It's going to bring up match point. Not for New Century, but for Sun Sports Elite. Zhang Dingji, a point away from victory. What a save that was. And we're at deuce.
There was a power forehand down the straight line to Zhang's forehand. There was absolutely no answer from Zhang. 10-all, deuce.
Gonna have to save another though. And you get the impression, I think you've had this feeling all the way through, that Zhang Dingji would just have enough to get over the line. And that's looking like the case.
That's my feeling.
Match point 2. Another one saved. Well, he's going out, and he's going out here, Yang Xinyu, because he's not going to die not knowing what would have happened. He's going for it here, sticking to his aggressive playmaking. And he's given the Sun Sport Elite man a mighty fright here. The spin on these shots is absolutely outstanding. And somehow, against all odds, Yang Xinyu brings up his first match point.
Usually at this point in time, it's those who can hold their nerves, deliver the best shots, upsets the opponent.
He coped with a net cord that went against him there as well to save that match point. Did Zhang Dingji.
And that will win them the game. So I hope both players are displaying great valor in delivering the best possible shots to their opponents.
Match point number 3. And he can't convert it. Zhang Dingji must be wondering what he has to do to put Yang Xinyu away.
This is definitely a nail-biting final game for the first singles match between New Century and Sun Sports Elite.
That's another cheap point given up to serve up match point number 4. Another one saved. We're at 14 apiece. I think this is now the longest game we've had today on the TV table. Certainly the longest match. 14 all in the 5th. Zhang Dingji on serve. He'll get a 5th match point. Yang Xinyu just couldn't follow the spin there. He looks up to his teammates quizzically. He saved 4. Surely he can't save a 5th. Zhang Dingji stretches. Nervously paces the floor by the table. One more wipe of the surface. And he's ready to try and convert. And for the 5th time, he can't manage to do it. Well, I'm keeping track of the match points here.
Really exciting match.
Zhang Dingji's had 5 match points. Yang Xingyu's only had 1. And we're at 15 each.
But Zhang has not been able to convert. Each time, I think Yang has come back stronger and stronger.
If he could just get a match point of his own.
Yeah.
But it's not going to happen now. He's going to have to try and save 6.
So what do you think? He will save the 6?
Surely not. But I've doubted him before, and he's confounded me.
The net clipped it.
This time, it's a step too far. What a game it was. It goes the way of Sun Sports Elite. Zhang Dingji winning in 5. He wins an astonishing match. 11-3, 9-11, 11-7, 9-11, 17-15 in 5 games. We await confirmation that the next doubles match will be a walkover for Sun Sport Elite, which means, of course, New Century will need to win the remaining 3 rubbers. But as Bernard told you earlier, it's not beyond the realms of possibility. Stay with us for confirmation on what the next match will be coming up next. So welcome back live then. The start, as thought by Bernard Tan. The default of the doubles came from New Century Table Tennis Club. So it's Ivan Chua, I should say Juma rather, apologies, against Josh Chung of New Century and Sunsport Elite respectively, after Sunsport came through in that 5-game thriller in the first singles rubber. So Sunsport Elite have a 2-0 lead now, which means this is must-win territory for Juma. And a reminder, we'll be back with you live tomorrow from 9 AM for the conclusion stages of this Singapore National Table Tennis League 2018, brought to you by AT&T Systems. Platinum sponsor Teachouse, and our gold sponsor Copytron, with our silver sponsor Anson, all involved in helping create a magical weekend of sport here at our Tampines hub. Tomorrow's matchups on the tables for you at 9 AM. It'll be KTS against Safra A. Safra A currently sitting second. Safra 1 against Sunsport Junior 2 will be the second game on the TV table in the morning session. And in the afternoon, it'll be Safra A against Sunsport Elite in a game which could really decide who wins the crown before we wrap things up for the 2018 edition on the TV table, Table 18, with KTS against New Century Table Tennis Club 1. And a reminder, if you're in the Tampines area tomorrow, get down here. 3rd floor of our Tampines Hub Community Auditorium. Great atmosphere here and a great afternoon of sport ahead, and morning for that matter. Staying very competitive in the early stages of this first game is Josh Chung. And look at that, he sent Juma all over the show there. Juma almost went for a tumble. Juma now opening up a 3-point lead. Must-win territory this, of course, for New Century now. Depleted by numbers, unable to fulfil their commitments in 2 of their 3 games today so far. Josh Chung doing well to hang tough here, just stopping Juma getting to that 10-point mark too early. And we go to the safety curtain of more than a couple of match points now, or game points I should say. He's got it back to 9-8 with a 3-point run here. What a shot that was. Juma wins the longest rally in the match so far to bring up 2 game points at 10-8 in the first. And that is it. Manages to get it at the second time of asking. Juma for New Century takes the first game 11-9. Second game underway, quick turnaround and a great rally to kick things off, and he finds the edge off the back of a brilliant rally, and Jumar takes another point. So, the first 4 points of the second game shared. Jumar just opening up a decent cap, but Josh Chung is proving a resilient opponent here. He's not letting it get too far ahead. When we took the first game 11-9, it ended up being a bit of a struggle. At one point, like it was going to be very comfortable. In a game, remember, they must win New Century to get their hopes here alive. Lackadaisical from Jumar. Quite happy to Bernard, I'm delighted to say, has rejoined me. And an interesting moment as well, Bernard, because just like a carbon copy of the first game, Jumar seemingly have it in control, but the younger man far more sprightly around the table and not going down without a fight. So 11-9 in the first game. And now 9-6 he leads in the second, but just a little bit casual for my liking. It's a game probably capable of winning a bit more comfortably than he is winning it at the moment, but I suppose the scoreline, unless it goes to count back at the end of the day tomorrow, is not going to really count for much. He looks like he's on top, but as you mentioned before you left us, Josh Chung showing plenty of potential and why he's such a promising young player.
I think I will favour Chu for the tie because he's an excellent all-round player, lots of experience and very aggressive on his serve especially. But I think Josh will stand some chance, but I think he's trying to close the gap actually, because Chu has proven to be a bit stronger than he is.
Well, that's it. He wraps up the second game 11-8, which is 1 point better off than he did in the first, but he's now just one game away from giving New Century a squeak going into the last two rubbers. He leads by 2 games to love. Of course, the first 2 rubbers going the way of Sun Sport Elite, because as you intimated, Bernard, before you left us for a couple of moments, that it was defaulted, that doubles match, so it's 2-0 to Sun Sport Elite. So no mistakes. They need to win from here on in, New Century.
I think Chu is their main player in the New Century team, and I think he has done an excellent job in trying to keep his team together. He always gives confidence to his teammates. But I think against Sun Sport Elite, they've got depth in their squad, and surely in the next few players coming up to represent Sun Sport Elite, they have got really good players who will probably take the game away from New Century.
So let on the first point. Sorry, Bernard, was I depriving you of seeing something there? Excuse my bad handwriting. Have you been walking around the other tables in the last couple of minutes to see what's going on?
Yes, I've been hoping that one of my teams in Division 2 is in the hunt for the title, but unfortunately they just lost their last match to Chinese Swimming Club.
The Chinese Swimming Club, they're getting greedy now. They're taking over the swimming pool and the table tennis table. Can't they just stick to one sport?
Chinese Swimming Club has been a traditional powerhouse in table tennis. In the recent years, they've gone down a bit, but they are probably aiming to come back under their table tennis captain, Mr. Eric Fong.
Ah.
So I think they're hunting for more players. So if you are keen, please drop by Chinese Swimming Club. Perhaps they'll take you into their team.
Are you sort of recruiting for the opposition now, or is it
No,
all
I'm
one
not.
big happy table tennis family?
I just want good players to come
Right.
into the table tennis scene for any club. That would be fine, actually.
Well, and what we've seen today, and I'm sure what we'll see tomorrow, the health of table tennis in Singapore is very healthy indeed. And if you are able to get to Tampines tomorrow, come down here, free entry, enjoy the action, great viewing facilities and a really good family atmosphere as a timeout is taken by... Who took that timeout? I must confess I missed it. Was that taken by...
It's taken by Sunsport.
It was taken by Sunsport. I thought it was. Trailing 6-1 in the third. They may as well take it now rather than waste it, but it does look like Jumar is now going through the gears to win this in straight games. I'm trying to work out as well, Bernard, looking around the tables here, the youngest competitor we have here today. There are some boys and girls here that don't look any older than 7 or 8.
Indeed, indeed. I think some of the players are very, very young, but I believe many of them have some kind of formal training because the Singapore Table Tennis Association organizes some training classes.
And some tournaments, which I've been fortunate enough to watch. I mean, the standard is exceptional.
Yes, and I think the schools are also encouraging their pupils to start young in table tennis as well. So you will see quite a number of young players coming into this competition.
Juman now sending Josh Chung left and right all over the table. It's brought up 7-2. It looks like this one, you can stick a fork in it, appears to be done. Might have said that before and ended up with egg on my face, but look at that aggressive play. Josh has no answers now.
There was a fantastic forehand from Chumu. Wonderful, wonderful display of attacking prowess.
He's just toying with him now, isn't he? Just when Josh Chung even thinks he's got him on the ropes, Jumar comes up with an unplayable return. He's 2 points from a straight games victory, which brings us to a really interesting doubles clash next. Well, he's going down with a bit of a fight, but surely he's left himself too much to do. Still 6 match points for Jumar, and he only needs one more of them. He takes it 11-9, 11-8, 11-4, and he keeps the match alive. Sunsport Elite still leading by 2 rubbers to 1, but the doubles will be interesting next. Very quickly, a preview for that. Bernard Ivan Chua and Yao Li of New Century, and Colin Wee and Wang Tao of Sunsport Elite.
Yes, I played against Ivan and Yao Li earlier in our match against New Century for Safra A. And I was lucky. And we had a victory over Ivan and Yao Li in that.
Came from behind as well there as well, didn't you?
From behind, yeah. But I would like to think Sunsport Elite has got good players in this particular tie. Colin and Wang Tao are very excellent players in their own rights and will probably take this tie too as well.
Okay, so we'll look forward to the doubles. That'll be starting in a couple of moments. Players just warming up now, and after that, of course, we've got the concluding singles in this final match on day 1, which will be Wu Di against Juanling Sheng, which apparently, well, it could be, couldn't it? Could well decide the fate of the 2 points in this match. So stay with us for that, and we'll just leave you with the players warming up, and Bernard and myself will be back shortly. So we're underway then in this doubles match, the fourth of 5. Sunsport still able to put this game to bed and win the 2 points that's on offer in this match against New Century. If they can win this rubber, they lead by 2 rubbers to 1 with 2 to play. So early advantage to Sunsport's elite pairing of Colin Wee and Wang Tao here. Very quickly have opened up a 6-3 lead in this opening game. So work through for Ivan Chua and Yao Leo. Ivan Chua knocks it back to the Sunsport's opponents, who are looking very sharp at the moment in these early stages. That one hits the net though. Well, they've raced into a 10-4 lead here, and Wee and Tao are looking in cruise control, quite frankly. There's nothing that Ivan Chua and Yao Li can do at the moment. And the Sunsports pairing can afford a wry smile. Of course, this is a mix-up from the pairings that we saw earlier on the TV table, and at the moment it appears to be doing the trick, because Sunsport Elite take that first game 11-5 and are in a strong position, needing just one more rubber to confirm their place at the top of the table with another 2 points. So, big response needed now from New Century. They start the second game, hoping that will be the way they continue, taking the first point. And the second as well. Blink and you'll miss it stuff the first game, taking just under 4 minutes. Oh, that was really strong work. Really strong work. And the two right-handed duo of Wee and Tao have come back from losing their first 2 points of the game. It's now level at 3 each. Nip and tuck now in this second game. Need a response, don't they? Ivan Chua and Yao Li after their first game trials. Going long, which has just kept the New Century pair within touch. And now we're all tied at 6. Just got enough quality and class to keep their noses in front here, Colin Wee and Wing Tao. Here's where they make their move to try and put this second game to bed. They've opened up 9-6 now. And Colin Wee and Wang Tao, well, they weren't paired together in the first game we saw on the TV tables of Sunsport Elite earlier. But this is a pairing I think that they may be seeing a lot more of, certainly in tomorrow's matches. It's been very effective indeed. The two right-handers are taking it to the mix of lefty and righty of Ivan Chua and Yao Li. And surely it's only a matter of time now before they go within one game of securing the 2 points in this match for Sunsport Elite against New Century Table Tennis Club. Given up 2 game points though. Now they've got 2 on the serve of Yao Li. Oh, so mix up, and Ivan Chua's fluff gives them little chance of staying in the game. Wee and Tao for Sunsport Elite take it 11-8, and they're now just 1 game away from victory. First attempt at winning a point goes long from Sunsports, and again we've seen this so many times today. A team that's in cruise control can take their eye off the ball. Seen some tremendous come from behind victories today, and in truth only a couple of games where the opponents have been blown away. Their standard in this Division 1 of the Singapore National Table Tennis League 2018, brought to you by ATT Systems, has been Really impressive. And a reminder, we've got games coming your way tomorrow, live on 11 Sports and live. If you want to come down to our Tampines hub, get on down to the Community Auditorium Level 3. 6 divisions, 1,000 players, 34 tables, 92 different teams, and a fantastic sporting atmosphere. Been a triumph of sport this for all concerned. Congratulations to the organisers. Pleasure to cover it. Pleasure to enjoy this top level sport. And it's not done today yet, by the way. Just in front in this third game, Sun Sports looking to wrap up the 2 points that would confirm them as top of the table tonight, and the only team to maintain a 100% record through day one. As my co-commentator Bernard Tan has said throughout the course of the day, it looks like being a very interesting fight between Sun Sports Elite and New Century, along with maybe Safra 1 as well. And the game that we all turn our attention to will be on one of the TV tables, our TV table tomorrow, scheduled for 2 p.m. Will be Safra A, Bernard Tan's team, against the Sun Sports Elite defending champions, who are already looking like strong favourites to defend. Just keeping their noses in front here are Wee and Tao. Remember, after this, even if Sun Sport Elite do win it, we go to the 5th rubber between Zhang Liangqing and Wu Di of Sun Sports Elite and New Century respectively. Not been the competitive game of doubles we really hoped to the outset here. Ivan Chua and Yao Li showed glimpses of what they can do in that game against Bernard Tan and Alan Yang of Safra A earlier on, but they've been outclassed here by this pairing. It's also interesting to note that they are utilising their squad effectively as well, Sun Sports Elite, because Wang Tio had a different partner when they went right and left in the earlier matchup here. As he brings up 4 match points, it's been 2 righties that have taken the New Century pair, Ivan Chua and Yao Li, to the cleaners really. 4 match points then to confirm the 2 points for Sun Sport Elite and ensure they'll be top of the table at the end of tonight with a 100% record. They'll have to wait 1 more point, 3 left. Two left. Well, they've saved 2 now, Ivan Chua and Yao Li. Been a bit subdued throughout this. The short-handed New Century Table Tennis Club team that have had to forfeit the doubles in 2 of their 3 games today. And that will confirm it. Game, set, match to Sunset Sports Elite. They win 11-8, 11-5, 11-8. And that confirms the 2 points. They're 3 rubbers to 1 in front, with just 1 game still to come. Stay with us. It'll be the final game we cover live on 11 Sports this afternoon. Wu Di for New Century Circle Table Tennis Club and Sun Sports Elite's Zhuan Yingsheng. That's next. So we're underway in our final singles game, our final match coverage here on the TV table, Table 18, live at the ATT Singapore National Table Tennis League 2018. The 2 points are already in the bag for Sun Sports Elite Team. The defending champions will go into tomorrow with a 100% record and the top spot in the league standings. But can Wu Di restore some pride for New Century Table Tennis Club? It's a strong start from Juan Sheng, who we actually saw playing doubles with Wang Chao earlier. And now he's turning his hand to singles. His doubles partner from earlier on having just completed a doubles victory that confirmed the 2 points. Been a roller coaster for us today on Table 18. We've seen Sunsport Elite beat KTS. We've seen Safra A beat the New Circle Table Tennis Club. We've seen KTS beat the Sunsport Junior team. And now we've just seen Sunsport Elite beat the New Circle Table Tennis Club. New Century Table Tennis Club, I should say, apologies. But the question is, will it be by a scoreline of 4-1 or 3-2? They've opened up a 6-2 lead reasonably quickly here. Taking his time with the service, Wu Di. Went for the aggressive Juan Sheng. Just came up short, but still a healthy lead in this game. Wu Di coming back into this. Both players taking time and great care with the placement of their serves, and the spin on that serve bamboozled Wu Di. And it's reopened up a 3-point gap in this opening game for Juan Sheng. Again, going for the aggressive shot very early and misjudged the spin on that service return from Wu Di on that occasion. Still with his nose in front though. These players taking great care to try and tactically outthink each other. The spin that both are getting is astounding. Great return. What a big point that was to win for Juan Sheng. He was on the defensive for most of it, but when the chance came his way, he left Wu Di wafting his paddle at nothing but fresh air. Oh, he's caught the edge there. Nothing going right for Wu Di at the moment. A shake of their head, and 2 points away from taking the opening game is Juan Sheng. Oh, what a shot. Used the whole table, arched his body and got round with a forehand and sent it into the corner of the stadium floor. And there was absolutely nothing that Wu Di could do about that. 5 game points for the man from Sunsport Elite. High toss on the serve, and he puts it away at the first time of asking. So a comfortable 11-5 victory in the first game for Juan Sheng, and a solid start for Sunsports Elite in their final game of day one of these ATT Singapore National League Table Tennis Championships 2018. So we're good to start this second game. It'll be Juan Sheng to get us underway after comprehensively outclassing Wu Di in the first. There was little Wu Di could do about it. Where's that going to land? Oh, I thought for a minute it was going to come down on the right side of the table, but first point and first honours in this second game go the way of Wu Di. great get from Wu Di. The backhand, really ambitious. He's furious with himself, but it was an ambitious shot. Didn't miss by that far. Take a let and went over. We'll get another bite at the cherry here. Great movement on the serve. Oh, lovely backhand. Zhuang Lingsheng opened up again. Both these men using the entire table and sending each other left, right. Standing incredibly high in this final rubber in this match between New Century Table Tennis Club and Sun Sport Elite. Net cord works in the favour of Wu Di. Oh, lovely forehand. Sent him the other way. He's furious again, Wu Di, getting so frustrated. You can understand why some of these shots are unplayable that are coming at him from Zhuang Lingsheng. He's not doing too much wrong, to be fair to him, the man from New Century. And he gets his just rewards there. And let's remember, he is still just in front in this second game. Net called there at 6-4. Zhuang Lingsheng has somehow clawed his way back in front in this game, despite Wu Di playing some exceptional table tennis. He's still hanging tough there, though. Serve forced a mistake at the man from Sun Sport Elite. And again, his serve manages to force a return from his opponent that goes into nothing but net. So we're tied at 6 each in game number 2. Too strong. It's getting so much power generated from that forehand and backhand, Zhuang Lingsheng. When he opens up, it's almost unplayable. Wu Di's got a real job on to get anywhere near them. And both men generating so much spin on their serves that increasing number of service return errors creeping into the game here. Real psychological warfare being employed out there. Both men so concentrated, so intense. Even though this is a dead rubber, neither man wants to give an inch here. But it's Zhuang Lingsheng that's inching towards victory in game number 2. He's only 2 points shy of it now. Having a think to himself, Wu Di, what does he do with this serve to try and mix it up, to try and claw himself back in with a chance of levelling the game up? Not going to do it that way. 4 game points for a 2-love lead for Zhuang Lingsheng. High toss on the serve. Too long though. Not happy, I'm not entirely sure. There's too much love lost between these two. There was a couple of words beforehand, all in jest and nice smiling, but when the game started, it's all business. high stakes, high levels here. Remember, 2,000 Singapore dollars to the winning team, 2,200 Singapore dollars to the winning team, 1,000 for second, 600 for third, and 500 for fourth. Not to be sniffed at for a weekend's work on the table tennis court, but not that any of these players are doing it for money. They're doing it for the love of table tennis, and what a community Singapore has with table tennis. Wu Di battled back. He saved a couple of game points here. He's going to have to save one more, and he's going to have to save it on his own serve, which has been catching Zhuan Yingxing out in this game. He's been employing so much spin. He's managed to do it again, so 3 saved. We're at 10 apiece. Is that a turning point in this match? Both players talking to each other and quite prepared to walk around the table and shake their own heads at each other. That's gone long. It'll be game point number 4. And crucially, this game point will be on the serve. It's advantage. Zhuan Yingxing on the serve of Wu Di. First game went 11-5. This one's gone to deuce. Oh, he's completely done him again with the serve. Well, the quality of the serving from these two is so strong and the spin so significant that on occasion they're winning really cheap points, both of them. But in particular, Wu Di's serve in this second game has now been picked up at least 6 points I can recollect, where Zhuan Yingxing has just not been able to get into a rally or not even be able to return it at all. Oh, that's a great put away from the man from Sunsport Elite. And Zhuan Yingxing now brings up a 5th game point. But once again, it's a game point he must win on the bamboozling serve of Wu Di. Oh, just got over the net. They both got it over the net. What a reaction shot from Zhuan Yingxing, and what a dramatic way to win the second game. He takes it 13-11 and is now just 11 points potentially away from sweeping New Century's Wu Di. Stay with us. Next game, the third game, coming up shortly. So will this be the last game of our coverage today? We're about to find out. Wu Di training love 2. He picks up the first point again. Great when he's at that far side as well. You can see the spin that he's affecting on the serve. He gets a let there. And to his credit, Zhuan Yingxing's done very well to deal with that serve and get over the line in that second game. Oh, look at this for a rally. Too aggressive though again. The frustration you can't help but think is just setting in with Wu Di. And I don't think you're going to beat a man like Zhuan Yingxing unless you're mentally 100% right in this situation. Cheap service points have been the story of this game, and that's not to decry the quality of the table tennis. There's been some sensational rallies, but it's the serving that's done the damage for both men. When we have managed to get a rally going, we've seen some exceptional shots, including some stunning cross-table forehands from Zhuan Yingxing. Fascinated. It's almost hypnotic, this Wu Di serve. And it's definitely playing on the mind of Zhuan Yingxing. I think he thinks he should be winning this more comfortably than he is, and that's saying something, bearing in mind he's 2-love in front. But Wu Di is a plucky competitor, and he's got a real weapon with this serve. And his forehand there wasn't too shabby either. He's tied it up at 3 apiece. look at that. Absolutely effortless backhand. Flick of the wrist from Zhuang Sheng to edge him back in front. And now, as he's done in the previous 2 games, just beginning to go through his repertoire, go through the gears to try and put this one to bed. Very impressive stuff, this, as our day's play looks to be coming to a conclusion on table 18, our TV table here at the ATT Singapore National Table Tennis League Championships 2018. Been a really inspiring day of table tennis, not just on the Division 1 action that we've seen here on the television table, but on the outside tables, the 33 other tables, 34 in total that are in use here today. Over 1,000 players of all ages, races, sexes, religions, everyone coming together for a true festival of sport at our Tampines Hub Community Auditorium. And you can be part of it. Come down and join in the fun tomorrow. We're on from 9 o'clock, and if you can't get there, you can join us on the 11 Sports and the Singapore Table Tennis Players Facebook pages as we determine the destiny of the Division 1 title. And it'll be a brave man to bet against the Sun Sports Elite team, retaining the crown they won 12 months ago. They are already guaranteed to finish today with a 100% record. And even though that was a wonderful shot from Wu Di, it's looking very likely they'll be taking this match by 4 rubbers to 1. 8-5 in the third, 2-love. Let called. Wu Di serve continues to amaze me. Let me get a chance to see that again tomorrow. Incidentally, our scheduled matches on the TV tables tomorrow. 9 AM we'll be on with KTS against Safra A. Chance to see my co-commentator Bernard Tan in action there. Scheduled for 11 AM is Safra 1 against the Sun Sport Junior 2, who we had a chance to see today. Some great young paddlers there. Then after the lunch break at 2, it'll be Safra A against Sun Sport Elite in the game that will almost certainly determine the destiny of this year's crown. And then finally we'll wrap things up with KTS against the New Central Table Tennis Club, who we've seen in action here twice today with a short-handed squad. They've done very well to battle and be competitive, but it looks like they're going to come on the wrong end of a scoreline again here. That was just too good for Wu Di. He's 2 points away from a straight games victory now. Zhuang Sheng. Furious with himself, Wu Di. Can he compose himself to get back on level terms here in the third? No, he can't. He gives up 3 match points, and only one of them will be on his serve, which has caused Zhuang Sheng some problems throughout the course of this game, but he begins to get a grip on it now as the game progresses. A lovely return, a lovely forehand to finish things off, and Zhuang Sheng of Sun Sport Elite takes it. 11-5, 13-11, 11-7, and completes a 4 rubbers to 1 win for Sun Sport Elite against New Century Table Tennis Club. And that will bring to a close our live action for you on the Singapore Table Tennis Players Facebook page. Thank you for joining us there and on 11 Sports. A reminder of the results we've seen on the TV table today. Sun Sport Elite beating KTS this morning in our first game. Then it was Safra A who just came out on top in a thriller against New Century Table Tennis Club 1. KTS then beat the Sun Sport Junior 2 team, and we've just seen the Sun Sport Elite defending champions beat New Century Table Tennis Club by 4 rubbers to 1. They'll be top of the table overnight with a whole host of clubs trying to catch them in second and third. But they are looking a good thing at the moment to retain the crown they won 12 months ago. Can they do it? Find out when you join us tomorrow live from the ATT Singapore National Table Tennis League 2018 from our Tampines Hub Community Auditorium. You can come down from 9 if you fancy joining in the fun. Thanks to our sponsors AT&T, Tichaus, Copytron and Anson. But from all the team here at the 2018 ATT Singapore National Table Tennis League Championships. We bid you good evening. We'll see you tomorrow nice and early at 9 a.m. Singapore time.